So here I go pretending again. I've not done this presentation before. Okay. I just fed the information to AI and it created the presentation. So you're gonna experience it with me. I'm new to this as well. But again, I'm winging it. And that's what we have to get good at, right? Because we're gonna compress our time and maximize our time, actually, not waste our time, just keep recording, make mistakes. It's okay.
Give me a 1, 2, 3.
So I'm going to start, huh?
Give me a 1, 2, 3 so I know where you edit before you stop.
Okay, so I'm gonna start now. I'm just gonna say that. Okay.
Okay.
So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're so happy that you found the time and you're able to come on. I know time is valuable, but I hope to give you valuable information that was worthwhile for you to attend this webinar. And you leave this webinar with something of value. That is my hope. My name is Imrana Beg. I am a advisor, a wealth strategist, a retirement strategist. This is what I do for a living. I love helping people. I really truly believe in saving people from their future selves. That's why it's so important to me that I do these webinars and educate mass amounts of people. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I think people are going to be dropping in as we go along, and that's totally okay. So this is the retirement rescue blueprint. And I really mean rescue, okay? You're going to see why. This is how to potentially protect and grow your retirement savings while reducing retirement risk. So, the anatomy of the retirement crisis, okay? 57% of Americans are fearful of running out of money in retirement. That's a lot of people. That's more than half of us. Some of us are just living in the now and they don't care, but most of us are fearing the future. Market volatility has wiped out trillions in assets during major downturns, right as people are living longer than ever. So, what if there was a single structured strategy that it was designed to address all of this? There's market risk, there's a tax risk, and there's a longevity risk. These are all threats to our future selves. While we think, yeah, there's trillionaires and billionaires in the market, we're all doing good. No, no, no. Your money is not tied to those billionaires and trillionaires. Your money is yours. So as the wealth gap increases, which means there's more very, very wealthy people, the poverty line increases. So more people become part of the poverty, the wealth gap increases basically, right? So we have to understand economy. When there's not a huge middle class, that's a major problem. But we need to make sure us as middle class, upper middle class Americans, we are securing ourselves from that danger. Here is the hidden danger of time. Let's look at some of these major crashes. This has happened in most of our lifetimes, okay? In 2000, there was a dot-com crash. S&P 500 went down 49%. Imagine you are working for 25 years and you have built an amazing nest egg in your 401k. And the dot-com crash happened and you lost 49% of the income that was in there or the money that was in your account. 49% is detrimental to someone who's about to retire. The 2008 financial crisis, the S&P 500 dropped down by 57%. That is massive. And if you think the market just has to increase 57% to recover, that is not true. It is not true. I will explain that a little further, but 2020, this was as recent as COVID, right? There was a pandemic crash. The S&P dropped by 34%. While billionaires and trillionaires can absorb some of these losses, okay, most of us cannot. We cannot. That's why, unfortunately, during some of these crashes, a lot of people do bad things to themselves because they lost a bunch of money and now they're worried about how they're going to make it. They don't have time on their side. And time is equity. We know how to utilize that and put you in the right products. You should diversify your portfolio. During your working years, you have the luxury of time to recover. During your retirement years, time is not on your side. Withdrawals compound the market losses also. Okay. So there's so many things that are going to be happening where your account value is just going to dip severely. Now, the asymmetric math of losses. So remember I said that if your account dropped a certain percentage, it doesn't matter. You cannot gain the same percentage to be at the same level. Let's educate everyone about that. Everyone thinks that if you lose 20%, the market will go back to 20% and your account will be where it was. That is not true. In the market structure, if your account drops 10%, it has to increase by 11% to equalize. If your account dropped 20%, your account has to go up through the market activity by 25%, 5% more, just to be at equilibrium. 30%, you have to go up 43% to be at an equilibrium. If your account dropped by 50%, now this in the past 4 or 5 years, people have been kind of seesawing at 30%, 33%. This is average right now. So if your account dropped by 50%, which I explained to you, we had in our timeline, in our lifetime, some of these drops happen. If your account dropped by 50%, my friend, you would have to earn 100% to be at an equilibrium market. So let's put that into play with numbers. $500,000 suffers a 50% loss. Your account goes down to $250,000. You need to have 100% of returns to get back to even. That is terrifying. And nobody talks about this. I don't know why they don't talk about it, but this is a discussion that needs to be had because this is your money that you've been working and saving up throughout your lifetime. I worry about it. I sure hope you're as worried as I am for you. I'm worried for you because this is my job. Okay. Entering the retirement red zone. The retirement red zone is 5 years before retirement to 5 years after retirement. It's a very crucial time. It is the most dangerous 10-year window of your financial life. The major market loss during this exact window can completely cripple your lifelong retirement income. So you can see in your early to mid career is your accumulation phase. This is where you got to throw all the money in there during your career timeline. In your retirement red zone, this is a critical risk window. During your retirement date, 5 years before and 5 years after. And then later retirement, this is your distribution phase. Most of us are not going to be able to retire at 65. Let's be honest about that. It's changing to 67 already. It may even go up to 70 in our lifetimes. That is terrifying, but that's telling you we're not saving enough money to be able to retire on the original retirement dates, the years that they used to say. Now it's changing to 67. It may change to 70, 72. We don't know. The 401k crossroads. Your old employer, your 401k plan is, wherever you were working, you may have left that account behind, okay, in your old employer's account. What happens is they're putting it into fragmented multiple accounts. There's no retirement strategy. So these are people just investing your money into the market, wherever they feel like they should invest into. Maybe you have some parameters in place. Could be there is no parameters. And the investment company is deciding to put your money in whatever, whether it goes up, whether it goes down. They don't have a emotional tie to your account. You do, because that's your life earnings. They're just doing their jobs. There's no retirement strategy in place for this. There's zero downside protection. Remember, I told you, you are at the market's whim. Your account can go all the way down. It can lose 50% or more. We don't know because the market is unpredictable. Wars affect it. Economy affects it. COVID affects it. All kinds of things affect it. What's happening in other countries affects your accounts as well. It doesn't matter. This is how the economy works. And there's no tax or legacy plan. What you're supposed to be doing, what you're not supposed to be doing is you're not supposed to be leaving it in a former plan. You're supposed to roll it over into your new employer plan. You can roll it over into an IRA, or you can roll it over into an annuity when it's appropriate. This is where I come in and help you. When you have an old 401k, we can look at an annuity option and see if that's right for you. I can make those recommendations. So again, market volatility instead of structural versus structural stability. Investor A, this person is chasing maximum returns, but they may have maximum volatility. Year one, they may have increased by 20% in their account. Year two, their account dropped by 20%. So 100,000 became 96,000. Here, investor B, they're talking about preservation. They don't want to lose too much money and they're okay with gaining a little less as long as they remain comfortable. That is the goal. They accept a lower upside in exchange for a reduced downside. It's basically insurance. You're paying for insurance by not, if the market goes up 50%, you may not have 50% increase, but you're definitely not going to have a 40% or 50% drop because you have a zero floor, which means it's protected. So 100,000, if the market was year one, 10% increase, and year two, the market is not going to increase any. Even if the market dropped by 20%, you're only going to be at a 0%. It doesn't matter if the market drops. It's not going to affect your account. Your 100,000 becomes 110,000. How cool is that? So let's avoid those major losses that are going to impact our retirement outcome. Won't you sleep better knowing that you're in plan B, investor plan B? So the mechanics of an annuity protection, a contract with an insurance company deliberately engineered to accumulate assets, generate retirement income, and structurally reduce retirement risk. This is what an annuity is built for. It's built to protect your principal. It's built to have lifetime income options. So an annuity is one of the only financial tools that guarantees, again, guarantees. You cannot ever say that with a financial product, but here I can, because it guarantees a lifetime income stream. It has the death benefit if you die too soon and you're not able to use the plan, and there's tax deferred growth. So it is a very strong structural product for your life savings. So look at this profile. Here's a 63-year-old. They have $750,000 that they saved up in there, all the years that they worked. Now they're going to use this for their retirement. If they experience another 2008 style crash before retiring, oh my God, that's a very high risk exposure. Everything cracks. Their entire goal, their plans, their life, everything comes crashing down, right? But if you preserve the principal, if you generate reliable income and you ensure your legacy, the outcome is you are transitioning from a fragmented market portfolio to a cohesive retirement income strategy that perfectly is aligned with your goals. Now you'll know what you're going to retire with, more likely than not. The legacy is secured, your income stream is secured, you have reliable income, and you have principal protection. So this is the strategy that we are trying to build for you, a secure strategy. Here's where the wealth paradigm shifts. That's what the wealthy know, is the retirement isn't about getting rich. It's about staying rich. Affluent retirees transition their focus from aggressive market accumulation to disciplined preservation. If you are older, if you are getting older, most likely you should not be in a completely exposed plan. You should have, if you want to be in the market, you can be. But a lot of your income now needs to start being moved over into fixed assets where there's protected growth because you are not able to withstand major drops anymore. That's much better for anyone that's nearing the retirement or 10 years closer to their retirement years. Okay. Income certainty, asset protection, tax efficiency, and legacy planning. It checks all of these boxes. So the biggest question in retirement is most people know exactly what their account balance is to the penny, but very few actually know their retirement income potential. How many of you can agree with that? Most of you don't know your retirement income potential, but you know exactly what's in your bank account because we're living in the now. We got to change that. We do have to plan for the future. You don't need to retire on a lump sum balance. You need to retire on a predictable monthly cash flow that your balance can create. So we got to worry about that right now. And with the products that we deal with, we can give you those numbers. I have a few questions for you. Can you actually afford to retire when you want to retire? Next one, will I eventually run out of money? You should know the answer to that, right? You are living your life right now. You know the answer. Exactly how much predictable income can I generate? What happens to my specific plan if the market crashes tomorrow? And what happens to my family if I pass away? If you don't know all these answers and the answers are not so great, it's time to have a conversation, a very difficult but very serious conversation. Let's rip off that bandage and get this taken care of now. It doesn't take that long, but you're 30, 40 minutes, maybe even an hour if you have a lot of questions and we need to dive into it. Isn't that worth it to make sure that your future self is happier, healthier financially? The solution is you have a complimentary retirement stress test with me. We're going to provide a complete, no cost, no obligation engineering review of your current retirement trajectory. We're going to look at your current 401k. We're going to look at old retirement accounts. We're going to look at your income gap analysis. We're going to do market risk exposure. How exposed are you? We're going to do tax exposure. We're going to talk about legacy planning opportunities. We're going to cover all of these bases when we talk to you. So we got to control the controllables. What's out of your hands is the interest rates. What's out of your hands is inflation, politics, market volatility. But what is in your hands is that you plan a proactive retirement strategy. So don't wait for the next retirement crash to find out if your plan can withstand these things. So why don't you make a appointment with me? Here's my information. You spent decades saving. Now it's time to focus on protecting it, growing it, and turning it into income and creating a legacy. The decision you make in the next 12 months is going to permanently impact you in the next 30 years. So go ahead, click on the link or take a screenshot of, or take a, get your camera out, get into my booking calendar. Let's make an appointment. Again, your 1 hour can save you for the next 30, 40, 50 years, whatever your retirement date is. So let's get you taken care of. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat below. I am looking forward to talking to all of you. Thank you for spending time with me. Again, my name is Imrana Beg, and I look forward to helping you. Thanks a lot.